Dear students, in this video I am going to explain you supply and its related concepts. In the previous video we discussed about the cost and revenue. Now this is your new topic, new chapter, and in this video I am going to explain you supply and its related concepts. Let us start with meaning of supply. What do you mean by the supply? Supply of a commodity refers to quantity of a commodity which a producer is willing to sell at different possible prices. So with the change in price, supply also changes, and when producer produce goods and services and those goods and services are offered for sale in the market at different prices, the quantity supplied will be different at different prices. So let us have an example. Let us assume that firm A supplies 100 pencils at price rupees 10 per pencil. So at 10 price, a firm is ready to sell or ready to supply 100 pencils and 200 pencils at price rupees 15 per pencil. And when price increases from 10 to 15, a firm is ready to sell 200 units of commodity, that is 200 pencils. So here the at different possible prices, say 10 and 15, the supply is different, 100 and 200. And one more concept is there, that is stock. Stock is different from supply. Don't be confused between supply and stock. Stock of a commodity is total quantity that is available in the market at a point of time. So when we talk about stock of a commodity, that is total amount of a commodity is available in the market, and supply is part of that stock which a seller is ready to sell at different possible prices. So in previous example you can see, if a seller is ready to sell 100 pencils at rupees 10 per pencil and 200 pencils at rupees 15 per pencil, so this is supply. Stock may be higher than that, but one thing is clear, that stock is never less than supply. Stock, it may be equal to supply or it may be higher than supply. Remember this thing, it may be higher than quantity supplied or it may be equal to quantity supplied. It depends, but it will never be less than supply. So example, this can be better understood by an example. A producer has produced 400 pencils and is the stock of pencils with him, and he may be willing to sell 100 pencils at the rate of rupees 10 per pencil. If a producer is ready to sell only 100 pencils at rupees 10 and the stock is 400, that means total stock is 400 and he is ready to sell only 100 units at price 10. And if the price increases, then what will happen? Then supply will also increase. Quantity supplied. Quantity supplied of a commodity means quantity of a commodity which a firm is willing to sell at a specific price. You can see the schedule. At price 10, this is specific price. Firm A is ready to sell 60 units of a commodity. So at 10 price, quantity supplied is 60. And when price is 9, quantity supplied is 50. When price decreases to 8, quantity supplied is 40. When price decreases to 7, quantity supplied is 30. And at 6 price, quantity supplied is 20. So with the decrease in price, quantity supplied also decreases. So when we talk about specific price, you can see price 10 rupees is a specific price, and at that price quantity supplied is 60. And this table is actually the supply schedule, which shows different quantities of a commodity available for sale, offered for sale at different possible prices. But when we talk about uh, quantity of a commodity offered for sale at each price, is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, that is quantity supplied. So at a specific price, when we talk about specific prices, let us assume that specific price is 10, it is 60. When specific price is 9, it is 50. When specific price is 8, it is 40. And this whole schedule, this is supply schedule. which shows different quantity supplied at different possible prices. So the difference between supply and quantity supplied is that in supply we say that quantity of a commodity available for sale or offered for sale at different possible prices. But in case of quantity supplied, it is defined as quantity of a commodity which a producer is willing to sell at a specific price. Now, supply schedule and supply curve. What is supply schedule and what is supply curve? Supply schedule is a tabular statement of different quantities supplied of a commodity at different possible prices. As you can see below, at your left hand side there is supply schedule, which is actually the tabular form of different quantity supplied at different possible prices. Price is 1, quantity supplied is 5. Price is 2, quantity supplied is 8. Price is 3, quantity supplied is 12. So when this price and quantity supplied, it is represented by a table. When it is represented in tabular form, that is known as supply schedule. And supply curve is the graphical representation of supply schedule, or you can also define it as curve showing different quantities of a commodity which a producer is willing to sell at different possible prices. So you can define it as, I am defining it once again, supply curve is a curve showing different quantity supplied at different possible prices. So you can see here A, B and C, point A, B and C on supply curve. This shows quantity supplied 5 units at price 1, 8 units at B, 8 units at price 2, and at point C 12 units at price 3. So this is the curve which shows different quantity supplied at different possible prices. And we can see it also shows the relationship between quantity supplied of a commodity to its price. Now one more concept is there, that is individual supply and market supply. We know that in the market there are a number of firms producing a commodity. So the total quantity of a commodity is the summation of commodity produced by all the firms. When we talk about individual supply, an individual supply indicates different quantities offered for sale by an individual firm at different prices. So when we talk about an individual firm, an individual producer, and the supply provided by the individual producer is known as individual supply. Now we are having number of firms, we are having number of producers of a commodity. So the market supply is a total quantity of the commodity offered for sale by all the firms at different prices. So when we sum up the supply of individual suppliers, when we add the supply of individual suppliers, that is known as market supply. You can see, let us assume that there are two firms in the market, firm A and firm B, and price is 3 to 1 earlier, which we have seen earlier, that schedule. You can see here when price is 3, firm A is willing to sell 8 units and firm B is ready to sell 13 units. And at price 2, firm A is ready to sell 6 units and firm B is ready to sell 8 units. And at price 1, firm A is ready to sell nothing and firm B is ready to sell 5 units. And when we add up these two, 8 plus 13, it is 21. 6 plus 8, it is 14. 0 plus 5 is 5. So at price 3, both the firms are say ready to sell 21 units of commodity collectively. And at price 2, both the firms are ready to sell 14 units of commodity. And at price 1, collectively both the firms are ready to sell 5 units of commodity. So if there are n number of firms, then the market supply will be supply of from 1 plus supply of from 2 plus supply of from 3 plus dash up to supply from n. So for simplicity we have taken only two firms. There may be n number of firms. You can see diagrammatically, you can see in diagram also graphically. In first panel, SA is the supply curve of firm A, and SB is the supply curve of firm B, and market supply. In third panel you can see the market supply, and market supply curve is the horizontal sum of supply curves of firm A and firm B. You can see SA shows supply curve of firm A. It shows the different quantities of a commodity offered for sale at different possible prices by firm A. And second diagram, second panel, it shows the supply curve of firm B and showing different combination, different quantity of a commodity offered for sale at different possible prices by firm B. And the summation of these two, we will get the market supply curve, which is at price 1 market supply is 5, at price 2 market supply is 14, and at price 3 market supply is 21. So here you can differentiate between individual and market supply. Now we know about the supply curve. There is one more related topic, important concept we can say, that is slope of a curve. As we know that slope of curve is measured by tan theta, and in your 10th class you are having one exercise in trigonometry, heights and distances, and in that exercise you use that tan theta for measuring height or the distance between the two objects. So here if we are going to measure the slope of supply curve, so it is equal to perpendicular divided by base, and perpendicular is change in price. Here you can see in this diagram, it is perpendicular is equal to P0 P1 which is represented by change in price, and base is equal to Q0 Q1. So tan theta here is equal to perpendicular divided by base, that is delta P, change in price divided by change in quantity supplied. And supply curve, we know that is upward sloping, and it shows the positive relationship between price and quantity supplied. What does that mean? With the increase in price, quantity supplied increases. So there is positive relationship. And when both the variables are moving in same direction, at that time we can say there is positive relationship. If the variables are moving in opposite direction, then we can say there is negative relationship. So in case of supply, there is positive relationship because it is upward sloping and both the variables are moving in same direction. But in case of demand, there is negative relationship because when there is increase in price, quantity demanded will decrease, and when there is decrease in price, quantity demanded will increase. So how we are going to define the slope of supply curve? Here it is actually the ratio of change in price to the change in quantity supplied. Ratio of change in price to the change in quantity supplied. You can see theta is equal perpendicular divided by base, and perpendicular here it is delta P, change in price, and change in quantity supplied, it is base here in this diagram, and it shows the rate at which price of a commodity changes corresponding to unit change in quantity supplied. So it shows the change in price with the unit change in quantity supplied. So let us forward. Supply function. One more concept is there, supply function, and we have discussed earlier. That video is available with you on YouTube channel. Supply function, we have defined the demand function. We have explained the determinants of demand as well. Here we are going to explain supply function. Supply function is a functional relationship between quantity supplied of a commodity and factors affecting it. There are number of factors which affect the supply of a commodity. So what is the relationship between those factors and supply? This is determined by the supply function. And supply function is written as Qx is quantity supplied, is function of P of x. P of x is price of commodity x. P of r, PR of is price of related commodities, that is substitutes. And P of complementary goods. P of f, P of f is price of factors of production, factor inputs we can say. T is state of technology. GP is government policy towards the producers. NF is number of firms producing the commodity. GF is goal of firm. And EP is expected future price. So these are the factors which determine supply of a commodity in the market. Now we are going to explain these factors one by one, how these factors affect the quantity supplied. What is the, if these factors change, what will be the effect on the quantity supplied? Let us take first, that is price of commodity. And we have already discussed that there is positive relationship between price and quantity supplied. If price will increase, quantity supplied will also increase. So this when we see this supply function, and we know that there are two types of variables. One is dependent variable, another is independent variable. And Qx here, it is dependent variable, and it is dependent upon these factors of product, these determinants of supply. These are the factors which affect the supply. So these are independent variables. And first is price of commodity, and there is positive relationship between price of commodity and quantity supplied. With the increase in price, there will be increase in quantity supplied. And second is price of related goods. Let us talk about the substitutes. When we talk about substitute goods, let us have an example of tea and coffee. Tea can be substituted for coffee, and coffee can be substituted for tea. So if we are calculating the supply of tea and price of coffee change, let us assume that price of coffee increases. What will happen to the supply of tea? Supply of tea will decrease. Why it will decrease? Because price of coffee increase, producers will produce coffee because of high price, and that will lead to the decrease in the supply of tea. So, and when there is decrease in the price of coffee, some of the producers, they will produce, earlier were producing coffee, now they will produce tea. Because of decrease in price of coffee, they shifted from production of coffee to production of tea. So at that time, supply of tea will increase when the price of substitute good decreases. Now let us talk about the complementary goods. Complementary goods are those goods which are consumed jointly. Those goods which are consumed jointly. For example, pen and ink, car and petrol. These goods are consumed jointly. If you are having pen but you don't have ink, then that pen is of no use. If you are having ink and you don't have pen, then that ink is of no use. So if we are measuring the supply of pen and the price of ink increases, and with the increase in the price of complementary good, supply of good will increase, because these goods are used collectively, so that will increase the production of complementary good. Now price of factors of production. If price of factors of production will increase, supply of a commodity will decrease. So there is negative relationship. With the increase in the price of factors of production, there will be decrease in the supply of a commodity because of increase in cost of production. So with the increase in cost of production, supply will decrease, and with the decrease in the cost of production, supply will increase. So with the decrease in the price of factors of production, supply will increase, because when these factors of production will become cheaper, then producers can purchase more raw material, and more raw material means more production, and more production means more supply. And when prices are high, then producers can purchase say less quantity of factory inputs, factors of production, and less quantity of factors of production means less production, and less production means less supply. State of technology. When there is improvement in when there is improvement in technology, that will lead to increase in supply. Why? Because with the improvement in technology there is less wastage. The cost of production decreases with the improvement in technology, and when there is decrease in the cost of production, then there will be increase in supply. Remember, with the improvement in technology there is decrease in cost of production, and with the decrease in cost of production, supply will increase. Government policy, there are two types of policies. One, if government is charging taxes, and if those taxes will increase, that will increase the cost of production, and then the supply of commodity will decrease. If government is providing subsidies, that will decrease the cost of production, and when there is decrease in the cost of production, then what will happen? There will be increase in the supply of commodity. So taxes and subsidies. Taxes are actually portion or some amount of money which producers have to pay to the government, and if there is increase in that amount, then there will be less production, and there will be cost of production will increase, so that will decrease the supply. And if government is providing subsidies, when government is providing some amount, some help to the producers, then what will happen? The cost of production will decrease, and at the same time supply of commodity will increase. Number of firms, number of producers, we can say. Higher the number of producers, higher will be the supply, and lesser the number of firms, lesser the number of producers, less will be the supply of the commodity. Automatically जो प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, जब वो ज़्यादा होंगे, जब प्रोड्यूसर्स ज़्यादा होंगे, वो ज़्यादा प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, and when there are less number of producers, they will produce less, and there will be less supply. Goal of firm. If the goal of firm is sales maximization, then supply will increase, because sales will be maximized when they will decrease the price. So if the goal of firm is sales maximization, then supply will be more. If the goal of firm is profit maximization, then what will happen? Supply will decrease, because profits can be maximized by higher prices. So with the higher prices, at that time they will cut down the supply, that will lead to the increase in prices. Expected future price. Producers, what producers think about the future price? Is it expected that future price will increase, or is it expected that future price will decrease? If producers expect that future price will increase, they will cut down supply, the supply will decrease. And if producers expect that future price will decrease, they will increase the supply, because they know that in future prices will decrease, so they will increase the present supply. And in case of increase in future price, they will cut down the present supply, so present supply will decrease, and they will increase the supply in future when price is high. So these are the factors which determine the supply of a commodity in the market. So I hope you have understood this topic very well, and if there is any doubt, you can clear those doubts. You can give me a call, or you can write down your questions on your notebook, and you can send via WhatsApp also, so that I will be able to clear your doubt. Thank you very much.